of the prelims, you have Carlos Vergara against Ode Osborne. Vergara is a plus 140 underdog. Osborne is a minus 172 favorite. Vergara is 9-2-1. This will be his UFC debut. He's 5-0 in his last 5 fights. He won last fight by knockout. He's going to have a 5-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has 6 wins by KO or TKO. He has good striking, good movement on his feet, but he does leave his hands down a lot when he's coming out of combinations. And his defensive striking and his defensive takedown defense are both a little questionable. Osborne is 9-4. He has good striking, especially from range. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He has 4 wins by knockout or TKO, 4 wins by submission. He has the same issues or same questions with his striking defense and his takedown defense. He did lose his last fight by a KO or TKO. I like Osborne in this fight because I think his forward pressure. I think he has the power, the one-shot power. He can knock out Vergara, and Vergara's just going to come forward. Osborne's a good counter striker. He's good from range. I think Osborne's going to probably win this fight by finish. I just don't think this Vergara has fought the level of that top level of competition yet. So him making his UFC debut, the power up that Osborne has in his hands. I like Ode Osborne here at the minus 172 on the money line. What are we doing here? Oh, it's over here. All right. Next fight. You have Bruno Souza against Melzik Bogaev. Bogaev's a minus 290 favorite. Bruno Souza's a plus 225 underdog. This fight's at 145. Bogaev is 6-1. This is his UFC debut. He's 6-1. He won his UFC debut by knockout over England. He has 5 wins by knockout or TKO. He has good footwork, good striking. He's been a championship caliber kickboxer. He's 5-0 in his last 5. Souza is 10-1. This will be his UFC debut. He has good karate, 5-0 in his last 5 as well. He has 2 wins by submission. He has good striking. He can switch stances, but I like Bogaev here. I could minus 290 is a little steep on the money line. But I think Bogaev is going to be able to move forward, and I think the power that Bogaev has, I think he's going to be able to maybe get a finish in this fight. Let's see let's see if they have that up yet. Last time they didn't on some. All right, yeah, they don't have the props up on that fight yet. Yeah, you might on that fight if you bet on FanDuel or wherever you're betting at, check like the props because you might be able to get double chance. Like on FanDuel, you can get a double chance where you can pick KO or TKO, or for him to win by KO or TKO or points, or knockout or submission. You can put 2 together. And if he wins, they win by either way, you win. And sometimes you can get pretty good odds that way. So I would check that out. They don't have them up right now, or I would check it for you. I would check it now. Next fight, you have Dustin Jacoby against John Allen. Jacoby is a minus 290 favorite. Allen is a plus 225 underdog. Jacoby is 15-5-1. He's a kickboxer. He's 4-0-1 in his last 5. He has 10 wins by knockout or TKO. He won his last fight by KO, TKO. Allen is 13-6, 1 no contest. He's 2-2-1 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by split decision to Dulce. He has 9 wins by knockout or TKO, 3 wins by submission. Jacoby took this fight on short notice. Even taking this fight on short notice, I like Jacoby in this fight. I think his striking is going to be too much for Allen. And I think his pressure, the pressure he's going to put on Allen is going to get Allen out of his game. And I think Jacoby's going to have a lot of success in this fight. This is also one I'd check on maybe some of the prop bets because right now, or because it's 290 on the money line, you might be able to get a better value if you look. All right, next fight is Chris Barnett against Gian Vellante. This is a heavyweight fight. Barnett is 21-7. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by submission to Rothwell. Excuse me. He has 16 wins by knockout or TKO. Cardio can be a question. Vellante is 17-13, 2-6 since 2017. He's lost 3 in a row. He has 10 wins by KO or TKO, and he's 1-4 in his last fight. I like Barnett here, and I think this fight will probably be a finish. But I like Barnett. I think Barnett's pressure and the power in his hands are going to be a little too. And Barnett can wrestle some. He has to try not to burn out his gas tank where he just falls apart in the 3rd round. That's what you'd have to be worried about in this fight. All right, next fight. You have Gary against Jordan Williams. Gary is a minus 375 favorite. Williams is a plus 285 underdog. Gary is 7-0. He's making his UFC debut. He's a former Cage Warrior champion. He's a well-balanced fighter. He has 4 wins by KO or knockout. He won his last fight by decision. Williams is 9-5, 2-3 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by submission to Mickey Gall. He has 7 wins by knockout or TKO. I like Gary here making his UFC debut. Gary is a well-balanced fighter. He's looked good in all positions. I think he might even be able to get a finish in this fight. Williams just really ain't impressed me. You go out and you get submitted by Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall basically, dominated that. And Mickey Gall really, I have been impressed with Mickey Gall. He got pushed a little there by UFC, came in, beat CM Punk. People knew his name, but I think Gary is going to have a good night for his UFC debut and pick up the victory. Next fight on the prelims, you got Edmund Shahbazian against Nasruddin Imavov. Shahbazian is a plus 100 underdog. Imavov is a minus 122 favorite. Shahbazian is 11-2, has only one fight that has went out of the first round. Has 9 wins by knockout or TKO. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by unanimous decision. Cardio can be a question. Imavov is 10-3, 4 wins by knockout or TKO. He has 4 wins by submission. He won his last fight by TKO. I like Imavov here at the minus 122 on the money line. I think his counter punching, and then also when he decides to move forward with the striking, I just think Imavov is a more well-balanced fighter. And as long as Imavov can weather the storm of that first 2.5 minutes of the fight, I think he wins this fight. So I like Imavov there. Next fight on the prelims, we have Chris Curtis against Philip Haas. This fight was supposed to happen previously Now it's finally getting to happen. Curtis is a plus 265 underdog. Hawes is a minus 350 favorite. Curtis is making his UFC debut. He's 26-8. He's normally fought at 170. This fight here is going to take place at 185. So make sure you keep that in mind. Hawes is probably going to be the bigger guy. Curtis has 13 wins by KO or TKO, 2 wins by submission. He's 5-0 in his last 5. Hawes is 11-2, 5-0 in his last 5. He won his last fight by decision over Kyle Dacus. Hawes is going to have a 2.5-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has 7 wins by knockout or TKO, 2 wins by submission. I like Hawes here to win this fight. I kind of question Curtis's cardio, and Curtis eats a lot of punches trying to get into the inside. And with a guy like Hawes that has that good power in his hands, it can take one punch. It can only take one punch, so you have to be worried about that. I like Hawes in this fight. Next fight, you got Alaquinta against Bobby Green. LaQuinta is a plus 136 underdog. Green is a minus 168 favorite. LaQuinta is 14-6-1, 2-3 in his last 5. He has good wrestling. He's a well-rounded fighter. Has 7 wins by knockout. He lost his last fight by decision to Dan Hooker. Green is 27-12-1. He has good boxing. 3-2 in his last 5. He has good takedown defense. 8 wins by knockout or TKO. 9 wins by submission. He's a kickboxer. He has... wrong one. He has 9 wins by submission. I like Green here. I think his forward pressure and his boxing from range and his takedown defense. I don't think Akinta's going to be able to, think he'll be able to stuff the first couple takedown defense and make this a fight on their feet. I think Green's a better striker on their feet. I like Green at the minus 168 on the money line. All right, next fight on the prelims. We have Alex Pereira against Andreas Michailidis. Pereira is a minus 250 favorite. Michailidis is a plus 198 underdog. Pereira is 3-1. He's making his UFC debut. He's a good striking. He's a kickboxer. This will be his he's had 4 MMA fights. He has good power. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has 3 wins by knockout or TKO. He has good kicks. He has 2 wins over Adesanya in kickboxing. Michailidis is 13-4. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He has 7 wins by knockout or TKO, 4 wins by submission. I think Pereira wins this fight. I think his striking on his feet is just going to be too much for Michailidis. Michailidis' best chance, I think, would be try to get this fight to the ground. But if Pereira can keep this fight on their feet, like I think will be able to, I can see Pereira winning this fight by a finish. His striking on his feet, I think, is just going to be too good. All right, that is all of the prelims. Prelims for this start at 7 o'clock. Pay-per-view starts at 10. Headline is the main event is Usman versus Covington. You also have Namajunas against Zhang, Gaethje against Chandler, Frankie Edgar's on this card. The main card is stacked. So we're going to get ready to jump right into that. All right, first fight on the main card: Frankie Edgar against Marlon Vera. Edgar's a plus 140 underdog. Vera is a minus 172 favorite. Edgar is 40 years old. Vera is 28 years old. Edgar is 24-9-1. He has good wrestling, good cardio. He has 7 wins by knockout or TKO, 4 wins by submission. He is 2-3 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by knockout to Sandhagen. Edgar's a well-rounded fighter. The one question mark with him is durability. We've seen him get hit, seen him get clipped. How good is his chin still? Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. Vera's 17-7-1. He has 6 wins by knockout or TKO. He has a 2.5-inch reach advantage in this fight, and he also has 8 wins by submission. He won his last fight by decision. He's 3-2 in his last 5. I like Vera here just because I think Vera's going to be able to mix in his takedowns, do some ground and pound. What scares me here, though, is that Edgar's durability. I just think even at 40, I think Edgar's going to be a little too much for Marlon Vera. I like Edgar at the plus 140 on the money line. Next fight on the main card, we have Billy Carantillo against Shane Burgos. Carantillo is a plus 160 underdog. Burgos is a minus 200 favorite. This fight's at 145. Carantillo is 32. He's 16-3. He has good cardio, high output, 4-1 in his last 5, 7 wins by KO or TKO, 5 wins by submission. He won his last fight by TKO. Burgos is 13-3. He's 30 years old. Good striking, good cardio. He also has a high strike output. He lost his last fight by KO. He's going to have a 5.5-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has 5 wins by knockout or TKO, 5 wins by submission. 3-2 in his last 5. Has good power in both hands. I like Burgos here. I think Burgos' output and forward pressure is going to be a little bit too much for Coronio. So I lean toward Burgos with power in both hands to win this fight. Then we have next fight on the main card, Justin Gaethje against Michael Chandler. I think this is going to be an awesome fight. Gaethje's a minus 220 favorite. Chandler's a plus 176 underdog. Gaethje's 32 years old. He's 22-3. Has good striking, good wrestling. 19 wins by knockout or TKO. Has good power in both hands. He's 4-1 in his last 5. Lost his last fight to Khabib. Chandler is 35. He's 22-6. He has good striking, good wrestling. He has 4 losses by knockout. That's one thing that kind of scares me a little bit about Chandler. But he does have 10 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission. He has good power. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He lost his last fight to Oliveira by a head kick. Both these fighters are well-rounded fighters. I could see paths for both fighters winning this fight. What worries me about Chandler's is his chin. I lean toward Justin Gaethje in this fight. I think Gaethje's striking is going to be a little too much, and I think his wrestling's good enough to keep this fight on the feet if that's where he wants it. So I like Gaethje here. All right, co-main event of the evening. On the main card is Rose Namajunas against Weili Zhang. This is a rematch. Namajunas is the champion. She beat Zhang last fight. With a head kick. Rose won the last fight with a nice clean head kick. Rose Namajunas is 29. She's a minus 106 on the minus 106 favorite. Weili Zhang's minus 114 on the money line. This is almost a pick'em. Namajunas is 11-4. She has good striking, good jiu-jitsu. She's 4-1 in her last 5. She won last fight. She won last fight by knockout over Zhang with a head kick. She has a 2-inch reach advantage, 2 wins by KO or TKO, 8 wins by submission. She's a well-rounded fighter. Zhang is 21-2. She's 4-1 her last 5. She did lose her last fight to Namajunas by knockout. She has 10 wins herself by knockout or TKO, 7 wins by submission. She's a well-rounded fighter. I think Zhang wins this fight. I think Zhang's going to be able to strike from range. I think Zhang's going to keep her hands up pressure forward more. I like Zhang to win this rematch and be the new. I think we're going here and new at the end of this fight, but I like Zhang. Main event of the evening. I'm ready for this fight as well. Man, this is going to be a great card. I'm excited for this card. But main event, you have Kamaru Usman against Colby Covington. Usman's a minus 310 favorite. Covington's a plus 240 underdog. First time they fought, it was a hell of a fight. It was close, but it was a hell of a fight. But has Covington improved enough to win this time? I don't know. Usman is 19-1. He has 9 wins by knockout or TKO. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has good wrestling. He won his last fight by knockout over Masvidal. He's 5-0 in his last 5, and he has good cardio. Usman is starting to show that he's more than just a wrestler. That, hey, I'm a striker as well, and that I have power. Covington is 16-2. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He won his last fight by knockout or by TKO over Tyron Woodley. You can say Woodley might have been a little already over the hill, going on the downside of his career, but hey, he did win that by TKO. 3 wins by knockout or TKO. He has 5 wins by submission. He has good cardio as well. I think this is going to be a war, but I like Usman here, and I can see Usman. I can see Usman winning by a knockout. I think it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great card. Prelims start at 7. Main card pay-per-view starts at 10. We will be doing a live watch along for the main live watch along and reaction for the main card Saturday night. We'll be live probably about right around 10 o'clock, maybe 5 minutes before 10. Between 10 and 10:15, because it'll be 10:15 before the first fight starts. So we'll be live right around 10.